Hello everyone. Oh, I'm just having a bit of a giggle here. I've just done this whole video for you just now, a complete take, the whole thing, loads of it, wittering, talking, all the rest of it, and I've just got to play it back to myself before I put it up for you all to see. This is what I did. I'm partway through, I'm sat here and I'm watching it, and it's hello everybody and do this and then I went into slow motion for some reason. I'm hysterical in slow motion. It's made my day. I've been laughing my head off here. I have no idea what happened, so I had to delete that one. I'm having another go, so you must excuse me. I just think this is quite amusing. I've got to try and remember what I said because I can't remember. I'm hopeless, you know what my brain's like. Okay, right. So, Witter Quilt number 9 that I've called Winter Witter because we're using Christmas fabrics. All right, look, half my stuff's all out of the way here. I need to... I've been doing other things since I did the first take. Right, okay, calm and normal. I've decided that we're going to do strips for this quilt. So a strippy quilt, okay? So the first, what I call block last time, is actually a strip now, which was this one here, which was half square triangles from all the lovely fabrics behind. Okay, and I'm doing kits still if anybody needs a kit to join us, or use all your own, obviously. But anyway, so there we go. So we're now on to strip number 2, and again, simple, easy. We don't want anything too complicated for everyone. I just want this to be a nice sort of yeah, chuck it together, look pretty, that'll do. All right, so strip number 2. Okay, it is actually quite easy. If you cut yourself 25 2" by 6" pieces, so long thin. I actually cut 6" squares and then chopped them into 3 because that worked well, and then mixed them all up. The whole idea is that they're random. I've just realised where I've chopped them up again in a minute. I've just got a hat with half a gnome's hat and no gnome. Sorry, I've lost the plot this afternoon. 25 2" by 6". Okay, variety of your fabrics. I've put all of them in there. Okay, I think it was like 3 of every one and 4 of another, and I think the only reason we had 25 was because mine didn't quite measure the same as that, so I put an extra bit on the end. It can be trimmed back, it doesn't matter, it's all good. It's all good. All right, it's design development. Right, so you've got all your 6" and by 2", and you're going to join them on the long length so you get a nice long strip. Okay, give it a good press, make sure all your seams are in the right direction, in the same direction I should say. All right, for best results, excuse me. Then cut it in half down the length. All right, so what I actually did was I sort of folded it and got it really straight with all of the seams, and then cut it down the center so you've got 3" and 3" strip. Turn one of those strips around and then join it to the other strip. Okay, so you're putting it back together, and this gives you this sort of random whatever going on. I just happen to have 2 reds in the same position at each end of my original strip, so that when I put them back together they've turned up on top of each other. Didn't matter, it's all good. Oh look, there's a brown one there as well, but it's all good. It's fine. It is truly random, it's just whatever happened. Make sure with your joins that you nest your seams. All right, I go on about accuracy all the time. This makes life so much simpler. If you cut accurately in the first place, so your 2 by 6, get them all spot on. If you machine them together with your 1/4" seam allowance, spot on. Don't let them whip off at the end or get thin or skinny or anything like that. Take your time, get it right. Iron it nicely, cut it accurately. It goes back together so much simpler. All right, so then nest those seams, get those points where you want them. All right, and then join them all together. So you need 25 pins basically in my book, or 24 for all the different joints. That's what I did. Okay, and so then I join them back together, and then I've cut 2 strips that originally were 2 inches wide. These all include seam allowances, by the way. So 2 inches, and I've just added it each side of that middle random. Okay, now this fabric, I have to say, I've added some more into this pile, but what I've added is pre-washed calico. Okay, so that's not going to shrink on me or do anything. And I've just cut myself off at 1/2 metre to add. Truth of it be, I didn't want to cut great long strips out of any of these because I like these, and I'm going to use these in all the other bits. So I cut myself some calico. You could use plain cream. You could use any other colour you want that goes with what you're working. Okay, so giving it a distinct divide, okay, is what I was thinking. Because also later on we might want to put a border on, and I thought, well, do you know what, that might be handy just to have that. Okay, so there we are. So I did add some extra, but add whatever you want. If you're adding calico, make sure it's a washed one, or pre-washed, or wash it yourself, or whatever. Okay, so that's that number 2 done. Don't join it to number 1. We're just going to keep them all as they are for a minute, because I don't know what I'm doing next. What a surprise. We'll see what we get, and then we'll decide what order we want to put them in individually, because we might all like them different. So we'll just keep carrying on making some strips, all right, and then later on we'll put them together and see what we get. So don't put it together as yet. Right, so there we are. That's Witter Quilt 9, strip number 2. What I will do, or I have done already, because I was all ready to upload all of this, and of course I've got to redo this film. I hope this isn't going in slow motion. I won't know for a minute. That really will be annoying. It will be funny, but it'll be annoying. What was I saying? Who am I? Where am I? Yes, you'll find the instructions over on Patchwork Witterings, okay, on Facebook in the group. So just search for Patchwork Witterings. And I've put photos, I've done photos of the different stages, and I've put a little handwritten bit in the middle of it that just says the sizes that you need to cut. You'll find that on the group, or in the group I should say, in albums. So if you go to the top of the group page, over to the right, there's albums. So go and have a little look in there, and you'll find that in there. Any questions, give me a shout. So you can pop a message on Facebook or on Messenger or whatever you want to do. All right, so that's good. Okay, we've done that. What did I tell you last time? I can't remember what I told you last time. I think I was mentioning about Festival of Quilts. I'm sure those that went had a lovely time. I was quite upset not to be able to go, but life happens at you at times, doesn't it? And it was just one of those things I couldn't go. So such is life. And then I was just telling you about what else is going on. So mystery quilt, the next mystery quilt is due to go in the middle of September. Okay, and that has just gone up to Ambleside Quilting with Sarah for long arming. So I've done the top, and that's gone off to be done. So very shortly I'll be able to work out costings. I've got a few kits available, fabrics. It's, how can I describe it? Traditional piecing throughout, with a little bit of, there's probably quite a bit of applique, but it's very simple. It's just circles. So there's nothing you can worry about with the applique. You could do it by hand or machine, whatever you want. Bond a web or not, or whatever. We'll worry about that when we get there. And they're all very lovely, fresh spring designs. Yeah. I think I've put up photos of the fabrics and that prior. It's based loosely on Fibonacci, which is the mathematical calculation within nature. Don't worry about any of that. It's pretty, all right? That's my problem. And now it's going to be my problem to write your patterns to get you through each month. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to run it over 6 months, starting in the middle of September. Kits are available, some are available, first come first served. If you're interested, drop me a line, message me or whatever, because I've got a list going on over in my diary there of everybody that's interested and wants details. So once I finalise everything, I can let everybody know, and then you can sign up if you want to. All right, so that's going to be fun. I'm quite looking forward to that one. What else have I done? There's a big scrap and stash quilt on the way. That's part made, so that's going to be lovely. I'm quite enjoying that, but it's going to be big. I was going to do a lap, sort of big lap quilt. Yeah, it was quite nice. And Sarah, as I say, from Ambleside Quilting was here the other day. And I was saying, oh, look, you know, I'm just... She said it should be bigger. She reckoned the one that I had done needed to be done 3 more times to make it into a humongous... So you could choose what size you make it. And I'm like, oh, that's huge. Well, okay, but only if she quilts it for me. Because I couldn't cope with quilting that. So so that's on the way. So there's another scrap and stash coming because I quite like them. What else have we got? Got a couple of Christmas patterns due. They're drawn. One's in the middle of being made. Got another one to come. So they're going to be workshops throughout November, December or whatever. They will be fairly quick to make. So table runners and placemats and that sort of stuff. Or wall hangings or whatever you want to turn them into. So they're going to be quite cool. What else we got? What else we got? Ah, excitement total. I'm off to Ireland shortly, in a few weeks, doing the retreaty type things. Every year I do a design that I do with this group of ladies for retreat, or every other year, or how often ever it is that we see each other, and we do something special. And then I might bring it out as a pattern if I feel I would or not. Sometimes we keep it just for us because that's the way we are. But this time, I'm only saying because I've got them here. Some of my drawings have been turned into actual embroideries. All right, so you can see them all there. So once I've got them sorted, I'm obviously going to cut them down and do stuff. We're going to have a lap quilt, I believe, or maybe a wall hanging or something. Nothing too big. Specifically for the ladies in Ireland. So these lovely little embroideries will become blocks. I'm so excited. They've come out so well. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. My friend has the embroidery machine and she's actually done those for me from my drawings. We've had them all sorted professionally. They're just brilliant. So we're all going to make a little quilt including all of those, you see, so sets of embroidery. So I'm hopeful October, November or something like that, I will get the pattern written up and some more embroideries done so that they will be available to purchase if indeed you want. They're not going to be a cheap thing, unfortunately, but they're something very, very unique. So excited, apart from the fact that I'm going to Ireland, I'm going to get a decent pint of Guinness. It's going to be fabulous. Can't wait. So what else do you need to know other than that I'm off the wall? Thomas is outside the door here. He's very happy. Yes, Thomas the cat. Yes, all very good. There we go. That's probably it, really. So Witter Quilt number 9, strip number 2, all nicely simple for everybody. The whole quilt's going to be nicely simple. We might have a little bit of a plique in there, I'm thinking, because I've got a little brain cell going on in here that wants to do something. Yeah, I know what I want to do. It's all going to be good. It's going to be simple though, so don't worry. Okay. One thing left to say, other than the fact that I hope this hasn't gone into slow motion again. Have a happy day. Be lovely.